Hey everybody, this is Edujo and welcome to another video on my series on algorithms and specifically the Bubblesort method. And in this fourth video, I'm just going to show you now how the bubbling actually works through the code. So what we need to do is put a few prints in place so we can actually see visually what is happening. So we got our first list of our unsorted list, and then we have a list of our sorted names in the list. So if I just run that, you will see again that we have the unsorted list and then we have the sorted list on that row. So I'm just going to close that. So what I need to do now is just under the if statement, or in the if, well actually just outside the if statement over there, we will just put in a print, and I'm just going to print the names so you can see when I run it now. It's obviously the list that I'm printing again, but this time just outside of the if statement, but inside our for loop over there. So I'm just going to run that, and then you will see there it is. So now you can see there's Zoe checked with Hank, swapped, and you can sort of see how Zoe is bubbling all the way through over there. And then we start again. What you can't see is the runs. So although that works out nicely, and we can see if I just maximize that, you can see how it goes all the way to the bottom and so on. So let me just close that and put in another little check. So that will now be our run. So to do our run, I'm just going to put a count. I'm just going to call it C for now. I'm going to say equal to 1. So that'll be run number 1. Right, so we got our variable for our counter that's equal to 1. So what we need to do now is just print our run. So I'm going to call it run, and it's going to be C, and then we just need to put in our counter, which is going to be C plus equals 1, and so that's the same as C equals C plus 1. That's I'll just keep it like that for simplicity, and theoretically that should now work. Let's just have a look. So we've got our runs. So we've got obviously our initial list, then we have run 1 where we will start to swap them. Zoe goes all the way through to the end, and then we start our run again and so on. So there we have our runs, so what we refer to as a run. So if I just go all the way there, you can see it runs all the way to run 5. So let's close that one now, and let me just explain quickly one more thing. So we've got our counter set to 1, not to 0, so that it starts at 1 and carries away all the way through. So next, what I want to do in this video is just also show you what our flag looks like when we print it. So we're going to show you the resetting of our flag. So let's go, and I'll put it in there. I'm going to say print and then open close bracket, and we want to print the flag. I think let me just put in some comments over there so we can see what it is. I'm just going to say reset flag, and that theoretically shows a lot of falses. So there we go. So at the start of it we should have a false. We call it reset, but that's the initial start. Then at the end of every run we have to reset it to false again, but we don't know whether or not it was true to start off with. So we just need to put in another one just to see was there any swaps that actually has been made. So we're just going to go down to here, and we put in another print, and we're just going to print the flag. So I'm just going to say actually I don't want to put it there. I want to put it after we've made our count. So I'm going to say print, and we're going to have that, and that's going to be our flag, close brackets, and I just want to say was at least one swap made in the run, question mark. And then we can see, let's see what that looks like. I'm just going to run that, and then we can see exactly how it works with the second video. So we've got our initial I'll just maximize that. We have our initial list or array, we've set it to false. Now we have run 1, we got Zoe all the way up there. When we come to the end, there's nothing to compare it with, because that's the last in the list. Was at least one swap made in the run? It's true, because we can see here that Zoe and Alfie was swapped, so at least one has been made. We'll reset it to false. Second run, we can see Mike and George was swapped, and so on, so at least one was made. So it carries on all the way down. Run number 3, we've got Hank and George was swapped, so at least one swap was made, is true. And then run number 4, we've got George and Ben, so at least one swap was made, is true. We've reset it to false. And then when we get to run number 5, we can see there's no swaps made. Was at least one swap made in the run? That's false, and that's why our list is now sorted. So there you can see exactly how that is working throughout the whole Bubblesort. I hope you understand the Bubblesort and how to code it in much more detail. But if there's anything that you're unclear of, please feel free to leave a comment on YouTube, and then I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.